We have decided that the circumstances leave us no choice but to urge the Canadian Olympic Association to inform the organizing committee for the 1980 Olympics that Canadian athletes will not be participating in the Games.
I never for a minute thought during the in 79 or the first of 80 that we wouldn't be going. We always thought we were going.
And just like that, the chance for a repeat of Mexico City was lost. Shortly thereafter, equestrian athletes were given a second chance. The alternate Olympics in Rotterdam open to all boycotting nations.
Luckily for me, one of my teammates, Terry Leibel, decided to retire because she wanted to go and get a law degree, and she was young enough, and I got one of her horses, a horse called Volunteer, and but we still hadn't decided that we were going to go to the Olympics. It wasn't, I think, until late June, we were jumping in Montreal, Bromont, at the 76 Olympic site, that they decided to pull a team together.
Well, we were at a competition in Bromont, Quebec, and we had a meeting after the Grand Prix with our team chairman, which was a man named Walter Patey, and we all sat there and discussed whether we should be going to the alternate Olympics. And I remember Jimmy Elder saying, it's a bit the obvious, he said, I've never won a competition, I didn't at least go in. We got to go. And everybody looked at each other and said, you're right, we got to go.
Ian and brother Sam. 1976 Olympic silver medalist Michel Vaillancourt and Chivas, and youngster Mark Laskin with Damaras would join the Olympic legend at a competition that had every great equestrian nation in the world.
Everybody had been building up. All the other teams had been building up for the Olympics. So in our minds, it was the Olympics. I mean, that's what it is. And in the minds of the Europeans, the fans that were there, the people there, the course designer, all the officials, it was our equestrian Olympics, no doubt about it.
The fact that we were not actually in Moscow it certainly never entered my mind, and I never perceived it to enter Tommy's or the other riders' minds. I don't recall even discussing it with anybody. We were at the competition. The top teams in the world were there. We had a serious challenge, and the other was extraneous information at that point. We had to figure out how to stay with the best and hopefully beat them.
While Canada's international resume was dotted with success, competing against the mighty Europeans on their soil was a daunting task. So chef d'équipe Tom Gayford had an idea.
And we went to a smaller French international show against about 6 other teams, and we had a great show. We were there, we had a great bunch of competitors, and we had a great horse show. We won 6 classes there and went into Rotterdam just feeling that we couldn't be beat.
Sure enough, after round 1, Canada sat 6th, but the field was tightly bunched.
I think I told the guys after that first round, I said, boys, we're in the hunt. And I think we were either 5th or 6th. And I said, just let's keep, trying to keep it up.
Jim Elder, Michel Vaillancourt, and Ian Miller all had Olympic experience and Olympic success. But it was the youngster and relative unknown Mark Laskin who turned in the ride of his life.
One of the things that I must say about young Mark is I'm always amazed that someone as young as he has so much control over himself to be able to control that horse. He's got a nice, smooth...
Mark is what is referred to as a very quiet rider. You'll see very little movement of his own body. Let's watch how soft he is in the air over the oxer. He's looking where he's going, keeping the horse under control. And it's required as we come to this combination. Here it has to fit in 2 snug strides and then another snug stride and yet come out over the distance.
That seemed to be a little short on the double stride there, didn't it?
Exactly, Bill.
There is young Mark Laskin of Canada with 0 faults for his second round.
Laskin's second successive clean ride gave Canada a chance, but they were still behind 5 powerhouse nations.
We all sat together and we said, well, we can't be worse than 6th because there's only 5 more teams to go. And then another team went, and they didn't improve the score. And we said, you know what, we can't be worse than 5th. And it ticked right down. But all of a sudden we realized we were going to get a medal. And then we won the gold. And I think we were all in a little bit of a state of shock for a while. It took a while to sink in. It was just extraordinary to sit there and watch that happen.
The margin of victory was tiny, 2 faults over England with Austria third. Canada had once again shocked the world.
Great riders, great team leader in Tommy Gayford, great support behind us. It's a very special thing for the whole gang.